welcome back. Today is going to be the very last episode of the second series of me painting. So, you see here I have a canvas that I covered with liquid white. I was inspired to paint by Bob Ross. And I'm going to point here and let the colors run across the screen a little bit while I talk to you. I'm going to paint a springtime picture. If you watched the episode I did on the acrylic I did last week, I did a springtime sort of picture, and I think I'm going to do something very similar to that on here today as an oil. So without further ado, I'm going to get started by grabbing a touch of alizarin crimson. Just a little bit. A bunch will turn your whole sky red. Right here at the canvas, I'm going to just make little X strokes. So it'll give me a very nice pinkish color. You might not be able to see it on the last episode I did. I ended up covering up with a lot of blue. And that rule applies here. Blue is significantly more stronger than crimson. Alright, so now I'm going to jump right into Phthalo Blue. This blue is so much stronger than the crimson, I can just go right into it without cleaning it. Just tapping into it so I have an even distribution of paint. Now I'm going to go right into the corners. You see blue's already taken over the pink. So I think I'm actually probably going to stop around here. Right? Time to wash the 2-inch brush. I'm going to do what I did last time and fast forward my brush washing, except when I beat the devil out of it, 'cause that's my favorite part. And I think that's probably, if you like me washing the brush, that's probably your favorite part too. I like to use a beater rack and my splatter box. So I'm going to start right here at the base and just blend. Take out all these brush strokes. It's going to turn into a bit of a lavender right here. That's okay. It's very pretty. I'm going to wipe off this blue and do that again. This little bit right here I learned from Nick Hankins, CRI instructor teacher. He did a live one night and I painted along with him. Got most of that out. See if I can, yeah, I can go right into the pink without it turning blue. Alright, you could absolutely kill that in the overblend, but I'm not going to do that. Just wipe that color off again. Now it's time to make a happy little cloud. So I'm going to take a fan brush and just load a lot of paint into it. Now I might just add a touch of crimson to that too, just to get a pinkish hue. Let's see, I'm going to have one right, the cloud lives right here. Alright. Maybe another one right here. You can do this with a 1-inch brush, 2-inch brush, any brush really. I just felt like doing it with a fan today. I'm going to take a little blender brush and sort of blend the base of these clouds out. I don't want all the detail gone, I just want to sort of set it in there. wipe that off. I'm going to pull up. You're going to get some stringy things, and that's alright. This will go away when you do this number. Yeah, quite nice. And take the other corner and blend that little bit away. It's okay if it stays there. It'll just be a little hidden cloud. You know what? Let's add another cloud. Add one. Say he lives right here. As long as you're doing circular strokes, you'll do alright. Just keep the brush moving. Keep doing little circles. Right. Say there's another happy cloud lives right here. Clouds are some of the freest thing. You do sort of have to plan these out, but it doesn't have to turn out perfect. Maybe there's even a little guy right here. Little cloud here. Let the clouds get smaller as you go down to the horizon. It should be bigger up here. Yeah, I just added a bunch of clouds there. Crazy. That was more than I wanted, but it's alright. Just go right over them. Chances are the mountain I'll do will cover them up. Pink is just one of those colors that Bob said people just happen to like. It's just a very good color. White blender brush off. Sort of doing these circular motions. And lightly go over them. Right, now those are clouds. Like, I actually really like these. Oh. Got away from me there. Time to paint my mountain. I'm gonna take Phthalo Blue, Lizard Crimson, Van Dyke Brown, and I think that's all. A lot of crimson. Actually, I should probably move this mountain color over here below the crimson since I don't use it much. This color should look almost black to you. Right. Wipe my knife off. Alright. First thing I'm gonna do is gonna pull out this paint flat, cut off a little roll. See, I think there's a happy little mountain right here. You want a nice top edge. You could care less what's happening down here. Right, and pull it out flat, cut out another roll. Maybe it's another mountain right there. But I'm gonna make him a little bigger. Set a distant mountain behind that one. And I think that's all I'm gonna do for a mountain. Alright, so now I'm going to take 2-inch, well, I can do this with 1-inch or 2-inch brush. I'm going to use my 1-inch. Sort of wiggle it up and then pull it out. You can outline your highlights and your shadows this way too. Alright. And just sort of blend it out into the liquid white. Sort of let it fade into nothing. Got a good feeling about this painting. Gotta highlight it. So I'm going to take, I have two piles of white. One is surprisingly much thicker than the other one. Now maybe I'll add literally a touch. There's like barely any on my knife. Like I'm sort of just barely touching it. And I'm just going to put it with my white to make it kind of pink. Alright, cut out flat, get a little roll. That was a bit big. That's probably good enough. And then come up here to the top, touch it, and just let it break. Let it slide, let it float. Get another roll. Maybe this guy extends out here. Touch and let it float. Wipe off your knife and load between each time you go. Whoops. You go, have a bit of unmixed crimson at the top of that. Yeah. There we go. I'm going to highlight this little guy. Just a little bit right here. I'm going to take a bit of phthalo blue and some of this pink and mix it right here for a very bright blue color for our shadows. For right-handed painters, it seems to be easier to make your highlights come from the left than from the right. For me, it is anyway. I think that's going to be too dark for a highlight, so I'm going to take just a pinch of this, a lot of white, and mix it. Yeah, that's more to my liking. Take a little roll of that. Yeah, right there. Now it's finally time to highlight that last peak. Little to no pressure. A little hair there. That's about all the breaks I want there. Sort of, I want to highlight this little edge just a little bit. Right. Now it's time to apply the shadows. So right here, just touch and go across it. See how it sets that guy back? Yeah, now it gives the appearance that there's a mountain behind him. Sort of do this curve motion. The same way, getting a tiny roll and then cutting off in small roll. If you're struggling to make your paint break, Bob would say it's normally one of two things. One, you're using too much pressure, or two, you're using a paint that's too thin. If you use a paint that's too thin, you won't get these nice paint breaks. It's near impossible because I tried it with acrylics many times. Next, I'm going to do something cool and add a bit of a shadow here. Wipe off the knife and get a little more highlight. Just sort of redefine this little mountain. How about that? Got a happy little mountain. And I'm going to take the blender brush and sort of tap around here. You tap where the direction the slope's going. If it's going here, you go this way. And if it's on the right, you go right. Don't want to destroy this nice detail we worked so hard to get. You just want to sort of diffuse it. Alrighty, how to restart the camera. So as I was saying, you go tap it and then pull it in. Pull up a little here and pull up a little there. You can tap up in here if you want a little mist there, but it's a little difficult. Nonetheless, you can do it. I know you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Let's see, that's good enough for our misty area. So now it's time for a little footy hill. So I'm going to take, trying to decide what I want to use. I think I'm going to go round brush today. So I'm going to take Phthalo Blue, Sap Green, as well as Mountain Color. Just tap it in. I'm trying to get it mostly in the corners though. Yeah, that's a nice color. What did you do? Blue, green, and leftover Mountain Color, I think. And it's okay if it's light, because this is in the distance. Canvas is very bouncy. I'm going to take a 2-inch brush and tap firmly. Give a misty effect. And sort of wipe it out here at the bottom, not in the middle section. This misty area is going to help create depth. Alright, let's see. Take Sap Green, a bit of Van Dyke Brown this time, Phthalo Blue, and head right in for the Mountain Color this time. Actually, you know what? I'm going to save that later for bushes. I'm going to change my mind to a fan brush. First I got to wash it. Right, I'm going to just go right into it. Van Dyke Brown, Sap Green, Phthalo Blue, Mountain Color. need to invest in more fan brushes. I'm going to take it and sort of tap down for little distant trees. Need a lot of paint for that. Oh, something I meant to do. I'm going to take a fan brush, just a clean one, and pull up on this. Give the indication of tree trunks. Picking up some dark color. Sorry about that. Blend that away. I'll use that fan brush later for trees. What was I said? Green, Van Dyke, brown, phthalo blue, crimson. Trying to get there's more detail in these since they're closer. Don't worry about this here. I'll cover that up late in a bit. It helps to have a decent flat fan brush. Notice I'm leaving the misty area in between. Could have just used black, but I'm out of it. Just like to apologize in advance that if I fast forwarded that part because it was taking too long, I'm sorry. I'm going to take the 2-inch brush now and just take that. I think I'm going to cover up this whole area. You need dark to show light, and I'm going to put grass there. I need to cover it up. That's what I was going to do, just pull up. That'll make these look way better. These little dark areas kind of bring it together. They don't all have to be straight. Some of the trees are crooked anyway. We've got a hair in there. Now when Bob picks out the hair, there we go. Now I gotta rebuild those. I'm gonna fast forward this part too. I'm just using what black color I have left on here to cover it up for the grass. There we go. It should be darker this front here anyway. Alright, now it's time to wash the 2-inch brush. It really is the best part. I'm going to take this sap green and this cad yellow, move it here and sort of tap into it for a very nice grass color. That's such a nice highlight. Might add just a drop of thinner to make it go. There. This is gonna look darker toward the trees, 'cause that'll just be shadows. Alright, more cad yellow, sap green. Actually, I think I really will take just a drop of paint there. One drop goes a long way. It really does, trust me. Yeah, wow. There we go. It didn't look just right there. Now it's time to take that round brush I was telling you about. It has this dark color on it, and tap these bushes in. Maybe there's even a tree here. It's in bloom since it's, you know, spring. Take a knife with some brown and white for a nice trunk highlight. I hadn't even put the trunk in yet. Take a roll of Van Dyke brown, and that's a really big trunk. Whoa. Alright. Nice and dark. It's a really big trunk, so I'm going to make the foliage bigger. And take the highlight color just like the mountain, the shadow side more or less, and sort of give a curve to it. I do believe that's good enough. So you tap in more. Is that a big tree? I wasn't kidding, huh? I want bushes here too. Go back to my 2-inch brush with the green. Put some green in right there. It's getting dark. I'm going to add more cad yellow. Don't worry about these bushes. You can add them back in. I don't know how my grass always looks like it's so ledgy, or I don't know what the term for it is. Just need more practice, I guess. It's the secret to all of it, isn't it? It's more practice. So I'm going to take my round brush, like I said, tap more. Now I'm going to add evergreens. Take that dark color I had, phthalo blue, sap green. I'm going to add more sap green. Need more Van Dyke brown. Van Dyke brown, sap green, phthalo blue. Give me a nice dark green color. Not to mention you can wiggle it. You just want this to be as flat as you can get it. And I'm going to touch. I'm going to add just a drop of paint thinner to this. And go right down with it. Now I'm going to take the corner. Just this one little corner. Sort of go in a zigzag motion. It's funny how the trunk's right there and most of the tree ends up on the right side. And that is a wide, wide tree. There we go. Time to make another one. Give him a friend right there. And then, just like the other one, go in a zigzag motion. Using more of the fan brush as you get to the bottom. Sorry about that. Had to restart my camera. Didn't set the timer. Let's see, now back here. What was that doing? Yeah. Maybe this guy had a shot of vitamins. He's actually really big. Yeah. Good looking evergreen. Now it's time to highlight him. I'm going to take some of this highlighted color, add just a touch more Van Dyke brown to it. Leave it marble, it looks more realistic that way. So I'm gonna just indications. Alright. Want to touch a little bit here. This will probably get covered up by my highlights anyway. So you can take cad yellow and this tree green that I used. So I'm going to add a touch of paint thinner to it. And just like I made the tree, I'm going to use one corner. I think I'll highlight him first. Don't highlight too much. The light's coming from the right, so I'm going to highlight mostly the right side. It'll get darker toward the bottom, and that's alright. Needs more yellow. There. I'll highlight him. You have trouble making your paint stick, add the least little bit of paint thinner. I mean little, seriously. There we go. Don't over highlight. Contrast between the dark and the light so it makes it pretty. Alright, that's it for my evergreens. So now I'm going to take a round brush, re-put in my bushes, and then wash it. Let's see, first I'm gonna take some of this white and tap it in. Where's my, that's Van Dyke brown. That is not what I want. I wanted more crimson because I want to put pink highlights on this tree. I'm just gonna wash it again. Now I'm gonna tap Blizzard Crimson into a white. Now I'm gonna tap them to the top. I want mostly the corner of it. Alright. Get more highlight. and some liquid white. And tap a little bit above the dark area. Looks more realistic that way. That is a pretty nice looking tree, in my opinion. Sort of. Okay, no, it's not. Anyway, maybe there's a pink bush here and there. Do your bushes one at a time. You add a drop of paint thinner to this. Maybe there's one mixed with yellow. This one looks like sort of gold color. Sort of go about it like a clock. That's what Nick Hankins told me. I want a green one, I think. Just varying my colors a little bit. I don't want them all look the same. You can have them the same if you want it that way. Well, yeah, why not? The yellow one lives right here. So it really needs a pink one right there. Have them varied out. Maybe there's a yellow one over here too. I'm going to take the 2-inch brush, this green color, and tapping grass. Yeah, that's right. Needs more yellow. Alright, more here. Alright. That is very nice. Looky, I got some of this crimson. I'm going to use it to sun. I'm going to cut it, piece of it off. Leave it right here. So as I'm signing this, I'd like to thank you for watching all these episodes if you have, and ask you to go see them if you can. Like, share, subscribe if you like the video. It's the best thing you can do for me is subscribe. Taking the liner and running it through the paint thinner and getting this down as thin as ink. So when I sign it, flow right over the other paint. That's really all wet and wet is, making other paint, layers of paint over other layers of paint. But you knew that. Alright, it's now it's signed, and I hope you like this painting. This video. I'll ask you to like it and subscribe if you did. So I'd like to thank you for joining me here in the last episode of the second series. I'd like to wish you happy painting. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.